I'm Brian Spears, co-founder and CEO of New Age Meats, and I'd like to introduce you to Jesse. Jesse's a pig. We met Jesse about a year and a half ago in Marin, which is just north of San Francisco, across the Golden Gate Bridge, and we took a very small biopsy. And Jesse ran off back to the farmyard, and we ran to our labs at IndieBio, which is a biotech accelerator in downtown San Francisco. And here we are, merrily looking at the cells of Jesse. We're able to take the stem cells out, and we put them in a nutrient-rich broth, which makes the cells grow and divide. And they keep dividing, and they keep dividing and dividing until we have enough that we stop the dividing process, we separate them, and then differentiate them into muscle and fat. Put them together and make pork sausage. So these are not stock photos. These are our sausages. We fed them to 40 people in a downtown San Francisco brewery. Here they are eating the sausage. They are loving the sausage. In fact, Business Insider was there, and they said the sausage was smoky, savory, and tasted like breakfast. They went on to say it tasted like meat. Then again, it is meat. I wasn't sure I would have been able to tell the difference between this pork sausage and any other. Well, that's a really good thing because we make meat. We make real meat that is tastier, healthier, and more sustainable than anything that comes directly from an animal. Well, that's a bold claim. That's better meat. How can I make such a bold claim? Well, it's because our technology is different. So far, the technology to create meat has been the Stone Age technology of making meat inside of an animal, and then we eat the animal. But in New Age Meats, we do something entirely different. We get rid of the animal, and we work directly with the cells of the animal, where the meat comes from, and in an environment where we entirely control the cells inside of a cultivator or a bioreactor. And we can control all of the amino acids and the fatty acids, the salts and minerals, also the temperature, the pH, the dissolved oxygen. That entire environment, which then creates not just the meat that we're used to eating, but a new, better, orgasmic experience. And so you're thinking to yourself, well, I want orgasmic meat. Where's this sausage party? Let's go, I'm hungry. Those sausages were $2,600 each, the ones that we made about a year and a half ago. But don't worry, we've dropped that down to just a little north of $100 per sausage. Now, some of you here can afford it, and you know who you are. But for the rest of us, we need to drop that price down. And we do it through a platform of automation and data science. And it looks like this, where we have integrated hardware, including a high-throughput media optimization system and our own unique bioreactors, which creates a continuous flow of data, which then goes into our custom databases, where we then model the inside of the reactors and we model the interaction of media components, that broth, and the cells. And that allows us to improve the experimental design and finally improve the protocols, which is the recipe for the cells to have the taste and the texture and the experience that we want. And that allows us not just make good meat, but orgasmic meat. Meat that's better than anything that we can currently get. You may be asking a question, well, how do we know that people really want this new, better meat? In the middle of America is a place called Oklahoma. And Oklahoma is where a lot of meat comes from. And those people know their meat, and they have a vested interest in making sure we eat the meat. They did a survey. Oklahoma State University did a survey a couple years back, and they talked to Americans, and they asked them about their meat-eating habits. 90% of the respondents eat meat. 47% of them want to ban slaughterhouses. People don't want slaughter, they want meat. We make slaughter-free meat. Climate change is human-caused, and it's an emergency. It's the number one reason that I co-founded this business. About 80% of the antibiotics that we need to keep ourselves healthy are instead being fed into a system of industrial animal agriculture that almost seems designed to create antibiotic-resistant superbugs. Which is why, when we come to scale, we'll be emitting 5% of the greenhouse gases. We'll use 4% of the water, 1% of the land, and 0% of the antibiotics. To date, we've raised a little over $3 million. We finished our seed round last year. We'll be raising again this summer. And we're hiring stem cell biologists, bioengineers, meat scientists, and food scientists. If you're interested in any of that, please come and talk to me to make a new age for meat. Thank you very much.
So I have to ask you, as a big lover of bacon, why pork? Why pigs? Why are you focused on that?
Sure. So in the beginning, we thought, well, a lot of people eat meat or pig. It's in fact the most commonly consumed animal in the world. And once we started looking into it, though, we found an even better reason. Well, it's because pig is a model organism for humans. So pigs behave in a lot of ways very similar to humans. And so that means there's a lot of published research on how to culture pig cells. There are kits and reagents for how to work with pig cells. And so we can move much more quickly than other types of animals. So we can train our platforms, that platform that we saw, and then we can move into the other types of meat, which we all eat.
That sounds great. And we're going to get closer and closer to getting this to my plate.
Absolutely.
I hope, looking forward
Yes.
to it. Thank you, Brian.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Brian Spears, everyone.
Thank you.